सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अज्ञात्वा ते महत्त्वं यदिह निगदितं विश्वनाथ क्षमेथः स्तोत्रं चैतत्सहस्रोत्तरमधिकतरं त्वत्प्रसादाय भूयात् वेधा नारायणीयं श्रुतिषु च जनुषा स्तुत्यता वर्णनेन स्फीतम् लीलावतारैरिदमिह कुरुताम् आयुरारोग्य सौख्यम् आयुरारोग्य सौख्यम्.
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Bhaṭṭatiri has been taking us through a journey religiously following Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam in his Bhakti Kavyam called as Śrīman Nārāyaṇīyam. In the due course, we did get to see an Aparadaksha, another Daksha. Then we got to see that he came in the lineage of Prachetasa. Then we also saw the curse that he had pronounced on Narada. And thereby we also saw how Vishvarupa comes into picture. So as Vishvarupa comes into picture on one side, there is also this mention of Chitraketu. Where does Chitraketu feature? He says, Tvadbhaktamaulirathasopi cha laksha laksham varshani harshulamana bhuvaneshu kamam sangapayan gunaganam tava sundaribhihi Sangatirekarahito lalitam chachara atha saha tvadbhaktamauli. He who is the foremost amongst your devotees. This Chitraketu, who is the foremost amongst the devotees, because a beautiful jnanam about the Jivatma and Paramatma has been imparted to him by great Maharishis, by great Narada, and especially by Bhagavan in the form of Adishesha. This foremost amongst the devotees, called Chitraketu, apicha sundaribihi, along with the beautiful apsarastris, the damsels, sangapayan lalitam tava guna ganam. Gunam, quality, guna ganam, Bhagavan's qualities are innumerable, they are many chunks. Guna ganam tava lalitam. Beautiful. Sangapayan. So beautifully these damsels were made to sing the praises of Bhagavan. Stuti stotarana priyaha. Then Sanga atireka rahitaha. So what was the advice that was done through the singing? To be away, to be detached from sensual pleasures. So harshula manaha, and with a very happy disposition, Chacharakamam bhuvaneshu, moved about very freely in this world. And for how long did he move? See, this is where there is a very large number given. Laksha laksham varshani, for several millions of years, they went around. So Chitraketu went around. So Chitraketu was a recipient of Bhagavan's grace. Chitraketu obtained the jnanam about Jivatma and Paramatma from Bhagavan in the form of Anantamurti. Chitraketu had the grace of Narada. Chitraketu went about the world singing the praises of Bhagavan, and he lived a very detached life. So this is on one side. Let's see what happens to Chitraketu now. Atyanta sanga vilayaya bhavat pranunno nunam sa rupya girimapya mahat samaje Nishankamanka krita vallabham angajarim tam shankaram parihasan numayabhishepe umayabhishepe Uma comes into picture. What is the story? Saha, this Chitraketu, Noonam Bhavat Pranunnaha. See, Bhaṭṭatiri makes it very clear. Shukabrahmam does say, but Bhaṭṭatiri makes it very clear. Bhavat Pranunnaha. See, it is you who prompted Krishna. Hey Vasudeva of Guruvayur, I know who made Chitraketu do this. Isn't it you? Bhavat Pranunnaha. Sahasranamam says, Avyayaha Purushaha Sakshi. The one who is the very witness stays within our heart. Bhavat Pranunnaha Atyanta Sanga Vilayaya. For the total eradication of sensual attachments. Prompted by you, Apya Rupya Girim, on reaching the silver mountain. So he went to the silver mountain, Kailasha, Abhishepe, Umaya Parihasan, and was duly cursed by Uma for what had happened. It's a very simple incident. I'll tell you the incident. On Shiva's lap was seated Uma. Whenever we look at such kind of postures in Devatas, like Mahalakshmi being very close to Narayana, Uma being very close to Shiva, our immediate thought will go in a very mundane, human mentality as to why are they showing such postures. Please understand, we treat them at another level as the very karanam of this jagat. So, when Kalidasa mentions, he says, Vagartha viva samprukto Vagartha pratipattaye jagatah pitaro vande Parvati parameshwaro. So, when sages, when kavis look at Shiva, Parvati, when they look at Paramatma, Narayana and Mahalakshmi, they look in an allegorical manner. They see them as the very karanam. There, the concept of human body, our body doesn't come into picture. So when we see in the Dakshina Bharatam, south of India, we have a famous form of Shiva and Parvati along with Skanda called Soma Skanda. Sa, Uma, Skanda. Shiva is seated. We should not see that as a family picture. They represent some meaning in the cosmic universe. This is how we should see. When Parvati, Uma was seated on the lap of Shiva, Apya, Rupya Girim, in that silver mountain, snow-clad mountain of Kailasha, Abhishepe Umaya Parihasan. Since Parihasan, he mocked at Uma, Parvati seated on Shiva's lap. Abhishepe, that time Uma got angry, Parvati got angry on Chitraketu. Tam Shankaram Angajari. Now, why did he even mock? Isn't it the same Shiva who killed Kama? Angajarim, Tam Shankaram, Ankam Krita Vallabham, Ankakrita Vallabham, when Uma was seated on the lap, Mahat Samaje Nishankam, in the assembly of the sages, when Ganas were around on the silver mountain Kailasha, Shankara is seated. Who is the one who burnt Kamadeva? On his lap was seated Uma. There must be a meaning. But Chitraketu did not understand. He laughed. Thereby Uma cursed. And what was the result of that curse? Now let's get back to the story where this Vishwarupa is killed and Tvashta does a yagam to create a Vritra. This Vritrasura is none but this Chitraketu who is going to go. So he says, Nissambhramastvayam Ayachita Shapa Moksho Vritrasurastvamupagamya Surendra Yodhi Bhaktyatma Tattva Kathanaihi Samare Vichitram Shatrorapi Brahmamapasya Gataf Padam Te. I am tu Nissambhramaha. This Chitraketu who was unperturbed. He did not. He was the one who received the Shapam, but he had the grace of Bhagavan, right? Ayachita Shapamokshaha. The moment you receive a Shapam, we have seen in Puranas, the person who receives it will go ask the person who has pronounced or uttered it, please take it back. Tell us some way how to get Vimochanam. He asked nothing. Ayachita Shapamokshaha. He took this very Shapam given by Parvati Umadevi as a way for deliverance of his Jivatma. Mokshaha Upagamya Vritrasuratvam. Assuming the form of Vritrasura, we have to get back to Tvashta. Surendra Yodhi Apasya Brahmam. In order to combat Indra, he was sent by Tvashta. And apasya brahmam, while fighting Indra. See, who has gone as Vritrasura? Chitraketu. Who's Chitraketu? The one who has received the grace of Bhagavan. So he has that knowledge, the detached knowledge. So, apasya brahmam api shatroho samare bhaktya. Even while fighting his enemy who's Indra on the battlefield, he was doing upadesham, that jnanopadesham, atma tattva kathanaihi. He was imparting the knowledge of the Jivatman and the Paramatman. Gataha te padam vichitram, and attained your abode. What a wonder. So when we look at the Upadesham given by Vritrasura, who was the erstwhile Chitraketu, even on the battlefield, he was just not fighting Indra, but he was also giving Jnanam. Why? Because that is the grace of Bhagavan. When Bhagavan blesses someone with knowledge, even in their future forms or births, there will be that knowledge which is a residue which is being imparted. Says Bhaṭṭatiri in this Shloka. Then he says, Tvatsevanena ditirindra vadodhyatapi Tan pratyutendra suhrudo maruto bhilebhe dushtashayepi shubhadaiva bhavannisheva tattadrishastvamavamam pavanalayesha Indra vadhodhyata api. Although wanting to kill Indra, although he wanted to kill Indra, Ditihi tvatsevanena, Diti was very upset. Why? See, Diti, who is the mother of Asuras, she was always at the receiving end because some Asura or the other will die. So she couldn't withstand this. Ditihi tvat sevanena abhi lebhetana marutaha. Then she thought, let me get the Maruts. Now she wanted to produce children who could take on Indra. But in Śrīmad Rāmayanam Balakandam itself, this incident is mentioned, this is invoked, where Indra gets into her garbham and with his vajram cuts the fetus. Pratyuta Indra suhridaha. Now he cuts these children, so they become the Maruts. So Marut Ganaha, she wanted a child, but they being cut by Indra, now they all receive life and they become friends with Indra. Pratyuta Indra suhridaha. Indra suhridaha, they become very good well-wishers of Indra. Now again the question. See, if Chitraketu becomes Vritrasura, he imparts the knowledge to Indra, and Chitraketu, who is now Vritrasura, gets Vimochan. On the other hand, Indra, who has killed Vishwarupa, had to be killed by Tvashta using Vritra. But Indra doesn't get killed, whereas Vritra gets killed. Where? Because of that change in the Chvara, Indra Shatro Vardhasva. So now Bhaṭṭatiri wonders, see, Indra, how does he escape every time? If nothing happens to him, for which he says, Bhavannisheva Shubhada Eva. Because the one thing that he does well, judiciously, sincerely, is worshipping you. Your worship, propitiating you, doing stuti about you, reciting your mantra, Bhavannisheva Shubhada Eva, will always bestow good. Dushtashaye api, even if they are with evil intentions. See, that is very important. It doesn't mean we have to go bomb someone. We should be good people. But Bhagavat mantram is so powerful that it will act for anyone. So it is not that if Hiranyakashipu had done tapas to Bhagavan and obtained varam, that would have also lasted. He didn't do that. So we have examples where people, even with evil intentions, when they propitiate you, they are able to escape. Indra is one example. Bhavannisheva Shubhada Eva, because what he did was wrong. He went into the garbham of Aditi and cut the children, but at the end of the day became friends with those Marudganas. Why? Because Bhavannisheva Dushtashaye api. So when Indra does all of this, you are able to forgive him. When Indra does all of this, you are able to bless him. But look at me, I have done nothing of this. I am suffering from rheumatoid arthritis. Hey Bhagavan, why don't you come and give me relief? Hey Pavanalayesha, the one who stays in Sri Guruvayur, Tattadrishaha Tvam Avamam. You of such nature, you have to protect me. Hey Bhagavan, please protect me. Praise Bhaṭṭatiri in this particular Dashakam.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण।